You guys ever have those moments where like you're very aware of how to get to a certain location, but for no damn reason you're like, nah, I ain't going that way. I'm gonna blaze a new trail, a new pail. I'm gonna blaze a new pail. Figure out how to get there. Well, that's happening. Oh, okay, yeah. Go ahead. Go ahead. Okay, or not. You can't do that, dude. It's fucking idiotic. Why would you do that? Anyways, guys, I've got an awesome story to tell you guys. Freaking went to the show, the filming of Family Feud. Cannot wait to tell you guys about this in the video. What's up, guys? So we're headed to the P.O. box. If you guys remember a little show I used to do on this channel called Channel Chat, I did it on the Chaseontwowheels channel for a while, and then I moved it over to the Chaseontwowheels 2 channel because I wanted to keep this channel mostly motorcycle related, and Channel Chat was more of talking about this channel. I didn't want to talk about the channel on the channel, blah blah blah, whatever. Going to pick mail up so we can do, me and Head of DT can do a Channel Chat. Wow, that was the worst shifting I think I've ever done in my life. I don't know if you guys watch the show Family Feud. It's basically like a game show that this big black dude, Steve Harvey, like hosts. And it's just families that go back and forth and they poll people on questions, and then they ask people, like the contestants, those questions, blah, blah, blah. Here's a clip of what Family Feud looks like.
Name something that follows the word pork.
You pie.
So anyway, if you guys didn't know, that thing is filmed, that show is filmed here in Atlanta, the city I'm currently in, the city I live in, which is amazing, because it's like, filming in Atlanta, that's awesome. Well, Heather looked into it, my girlfriend, and you can get tickets for it, and it's totally free. So, because hashtag why the hell not, she like put us on a wait list or something like that. Lo and behold, she gets an email the other day, and it's like, yeah, do you want tickets? Here you go, here's the available times. She was like, wait, what? Totally free, you don't have to pay for anything, you have to show up, and I think there's a slight clothing requirement. There's a slight dress code for it. Majority, it's just like, you go and you hang out. So, I've never gone to a filming of a television show, and keep in mind, this is from a guy that likes cameras, and I love production and all this kind of stuff. Obviously the level of production I'm working on is a lot less than what these guys are working on, but like it was held at the Civic Center, and I was like, okay, that's interesting, because I would assume they'd have an Atlanta studio, because I mean, the show is on like every freaking day. So I'm like, okay, you have it. It's filmed at the Civic Center. That's interesting. Man, we pull up to the Civic Center here in Atlanta. Oh my God, there's a damn feather in the air just trying to headbutt me. So anyway, we go to the Civic Center, and half of the freaking parking lot is full of 18-wheelers, like tractor trailers, holding gear, or like holding where gear will go, like camera gear and like rigs and all this kind of stuff. And I'm like, holy crap, like this show is mobile. I don't know if they always film at the Civic Center, but just the parking lot, I was like, oh my God, it takes so much shit to make the show, which is amazing. I was blown away. We had a fucking incredible time. I'll say that off the bat. If you guys ever get an opportunity to go check out a live taping of a television show, I highly recommend it. It is an amazing experience. We went there, and there was a lot of waiting up front, because the way they do it is, I guess they just roll into the Civic Center, they set up the entire set, the stage, the back, I don't know what the terms are called, but like the behind area, they set the whole stage up and everything, and they sit there and they film a hell of a lot of episodes. An episode, like I think the episodes are like 30 minutes long, and the taping of an episode takes about an hour. A 50% cut of what you're filming, it's not bad. I mean, there's other places that cut a lot more than that. So I was impressed. I was like, well, shit, you can get it done in an hour? That's impressive. Okay. You know, they do the commercial breaks and all that kind of stuff. Obviously, they don't do the break there on the show, but like they cut, and then Steve Harvey would sit there and like talk to the audience for a little while, and then they would come back in a couple of seconds and, you know, do the whole thing again. Such a cool experience, man. These cameras were giant. I wish I could explain how big these things were. Like, had their own like stands. I ain't talking like a tripod. I'm talking like, I don't even know. The camera, the lenses, I literally could have fit my head inside of. And I'm like, holy shit, what kind of resolution you get out of this motherfucker right here? Such a cool thing. So yeah, to kind of go back to the chronological order of it. So we go and wait in this long ass line, and we didn't even have tickets. We had line vouchers, which basically was a ticket that gave you access to wait in a line. That's how serious this shit is, y'all. You got to get a ticket to wait. You're not even promised a seat inside of it. If you don't get there early enough, you're just like, oh, tough shit. You don't get to check it out today. But for what it looked like, if you get turned away, you're called a turn away. And if you come in the next taping, you get to the front of the line, basically, which is pretty cool. So it was waiting in line, right? We're waiting this long ass line, and eventually we get called up. And it's like, okay, cool. So we get called in, and I'm excited. I'm like, holy shit. I'm about to get to see the stage. It's going to be awesome. You get called into another waiting room where you kind of sit. They have the stage set up like the seats are on the stage. So you're basically, they arrange you at that point to how they want to arrange you inside, like once you're actually on stage. It's pretty cool. We're actually here at the post office. Guys, let me run into the post office and I will continue this video in a second. And this woman is coming out of a handicap spot, which makes me terrified of her. That time and space warp, sponsored by Time Travel. Just kidding. We were over there. I came over here to record a Seated Up 2 vlog with my little Sony camera. If you guys want to check that video out, I'll post a link in the annotation and it'll be on my phone. Just kidding, guys. For Seated Up 2, my second channel, I do little handheld videos. If you guys haven't checked them out, I'll put a link in the description. You can see Seated Up 2. Pretty cool shit. Yeah, but anyway, we're back. We've gotten the P.O. Box stuff. We have no gas now. And where were we? We were talking about Family Feud. If I don't choke, I was like in the post office, like started coughing, and I'm like, oh, this sucks, whatever. And then I kept coughing, and I kept coughing, and then one of my eyes started watering up, and I'm like, oh my god, I'm gonna die in a post office. All the stupid writing I've done, I'm gonna die in a post office. So Family Feud, like I was saying, dude, please go to a freaking filming of a television show. It's amazing. They took us inside of this bigger room, which is more of an inside area, where we actually sat in chairs that were laid out like the studio was going to be laid out, like the chairs were in the studio, because they were serious. Like, they were moving people around. Like, they came over to one dude and was like, hey, we're going to move you over here because it looks better against these other people. Like, they authentically think about who is where and why they're there, what color they are, and everything, like what kind of clothes they have on. It's crazy, man. So much more work goes into it than I personally thought. Hey, we wait in that area for a while. A couple ladies come out, they're like, all right, so here's what's going to happen, blah, blah, blah. After a little bit of time, they take us into the actual set. And if you have never seen a set before, you know, you're sitting there watching it online or watching it on TV. It looks so freaking professional. Like, everything's this amazing material. Dude, if you could be like 3 inches down, you would see that everything is put together with wood. There's some like duct taped things down. It's so less professional than I think everybody thinks it is. Like, from TV, you know, from the cameras, everything looks like amazing. You're like, oh my god, this set is so expensive, and it probably is. But you don't expect that thing to be put together with plywood. I personally was like, what the crap? All this is you know, it just brings it to like a real level. Like, oh my God, these are real people putting together real sets and going to Home Depot and grabbing wood and shit and nails and screws and putting it together and like putting white over it, you know what I mean? So it was a really cool experience. I thought Steve Harvey's a comedian, and me and Heather have watched him before, and I thought he was funny before, but seeing him in person was a whole nother level of like funny. I don't know if it was because you connect with a comedian more when you're in person or what, but he just seemed, he was being him and just being funny, and I just loved it. They had a guy that a guy there to just pep up the audience, because, you know, we had to clap at certain times, and there's like rules, like, okay, when this happens, you go, oh, and then you low clap, and then when he walks across the stage, you clap really hard. Like, they have to teach you. There is like a learning section of going to a, and I don't know if this is for other game shows and stuff, but at least for Family Feud, you're like, all right, now you clap this, here's how you clap the theme song, make sure to do it correctly. I don't know, it was just way more than we expected. The guy that was hosting that kind of pepped up the audience was really funny, so that was awesome. It was just a really good experience, and it's just something you don't do very often. So if you guys are looking for something to do, check it around your area, and you know, if you're in I'm kind of lucky, I'm here in like Atlanta, it's a major city, and there's shows filmed here, but if there's a show filmed around where you are, I highly recommend you go check it out, because you would be surprised how good of a time you'd have. And I definitely think everybody should go experience that at least once in their life. Please don't kill me. You're a white woman driving a large vehicle. It predisposes you to driving badly. Alright guys, well, I think you've all watched enough motovlogs to know that gas time means camera goes off, and I gotta piss like a son of a bitch, so that needs to go get handled. Long story short, if you guys get the opportunity, make sure to check out a live taping of a game show. It's absolutely a phenomenal time. I totally recommend it. If you haven't done it, please go do it. If you guys want more C2Dub videos, I put more out on C2Dub 2. If you want to go check out that channel, that's where my face is and all that, for you guys that don't like my face, or don't, they're like, where's your face, Chase? I put videos out there occasionally, not really a schedule. But, yeah, so there's videos abound. If you guys like this video, make sure to like. And if you haven't subscribed, you should probably consider doing that. Anyways, guys, I'm out of here. Take it easy. I'm Chaseontwowheels, and I'm gone, bitch. I gotta piss like a bitch. It's not even a joke anymore. It's like a serious problem. So the good news is I didn't piss myself.